Evening all. Hope everybody's keeping well. Thank you for joining us. If anybody's watching now or joins us shortly. Oh, yeah, look, we've got a few in the building. Please say hello. Let's see who's about. Oh, big up, Matty. Hope you're well, man. Yeah, man, you've been watching us from the beginning. So, look, I appreciate you being here. It's just the kind of ad hoc stream. Just I felt I needed to come on today. I reached a milestone in my eyes. And Brian, thank you for coming on, man, and joining me. And hopefully there'll be a few more throughout the evening to join us. Yeah, so big up everybody watching at home. Brian, did you want to say hello?
First of all, hello to Matt. First of all, thank you for sending me the message, Matt. Congratulations on hitting 250 subscribers. Listen, look, everyone has to start from somewhere, and it's a lot of work. People don't realize just how much work it is to plan a stream, get your guests, come up with topics, try and find guests that might have different opinions. It's a lot of work that goes behind it. And one of the things you learn is it takes a lot of time planning it, getting ready, doing it. And consistency is the key, mate. And to reach 250, look, my very near and dear friends, We Are Tottenham TV, they got 172,000 subscribers. They had to get to 250 first. So getting there is always a great. Those little milestones are brilliant, and well done for you and Nige, who I can see in the chat. You're both brand new or newbies to the community, and it's wonderful to see the growth and seeing yourselves getting about. And that's what it is, mate. You got to remember as well that it's not just putting everything together for your show; it's then making yourself available to go on other shows.
Yeah,
get your name out there. It really is a lot of hard work. So thank you for messaging me to say come and join you, because it's been a pleasure listening to you. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, and a pleasure streaming with you.
No, big thank you, Brian. And you've been very helpful since I've come into the YouTube world. And I went on your show probably a couple of months ago now, and then you came onto our show, Beyond the Lane.
Yep.
So look, yeah, you're very helpful, and I really appreciate it. Let's say some hello to some other people in the chat. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let's just wind it back a bit. We've got Mark in. Big up, Mark. Hope you're good. Thank you for joining us. Nige. Hope you're good, buddy, man. You're smashing it up. Anybody watching, please go over and subscribe to Nige Purecoys. He's putting so much work into it. So big you up, man. I hope you're good. Nige says, big up, Brian. Toxic Headshot, how are you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining us. And anybody watching, thank you for watching the shows and getting involved with your comments, supporting me, supporting Nige. Look, it is appreciated. I'm very humble. I've been doing this YouTube now for about 4 months. And look, it's gone really well. It's been tough, don't get me wrong. But look, I've really enjoyed it. I'm just a normal guy chatting Spurs. And look, I've just jumped on, and I think I surprised myself, really. And look, I hope people have enjoyed the shows and also enjoyed me going on other channels. Look, it's been great fun, and there's so many people I like to thank throughout the evening. So we'll get to them. The big up, George. Hope you're good, man. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining us. Phil, hello, Phil. Hope you're good, buddy. I haven't met you on a stream yet, but hopefully, I will one day. Won't be long. I'm planning to get as many people in YouTube on the channel as possible. It's going to take some time, but I will get there. There's so many wonderful people I'd like to get on, and hopefully, Phil, I'll get you on one day, and I'll see you on another channel. Thanks for being here, man. Who we got here? Toxic Headshot, big up to Brian. Craig O'Sullivan, big up, Craig. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're well.
Well, you say hope he's well. I really do hope he's well. For the last few weeks, he's been a bit under the weather, and wishing him a very, very full and speedy recovery. He is one of my nearest and dearest, that man. So, yeah, it's good to see him here.
Oh, yes. Well, I hope you're okay, Craig, man, and hope I wish you a good recovery, man. I didn't know about that, but yeah, man. Take care. Hope you're good. And Nige, I'm topped up in bed. Or would pop on. This is your moment, nobody. 250 will turn to 2,500 in no time.
He's right. He's right.
Look, I don't know. I have no set targets for this YouTube thing. I'm just going in week by week, trying to put on a show, talk Spurs, talk about the club I love, get out all my frustrations online, and look, if it reaches there, so be it. But look, I'm just very humble that I'm managing to do this and find the time as well, because I tell you what, I've got a very busy life. I don't even know how I've managed to do it, but I think I'm just very motivated to. And I put in a lot. And again, thank you for everyone. Big up, Ben. Hope you're good, man. Another guy. I want to get you on the channel, Ben, at some point and meet you.
I've just put in the price. I'll send him the link.
Yeah.
If that's right with you, I'll send him the link.
Well, yeah, you can jump on, Ben. Yeah, of course, man. Jump on. It'll be great to meet you, man. Thank you. Definitely jump on, man. Thanks, Brian.
If he said, well, I don't know
if Ben's in the chats, some of the WhatsApp groups. I mean, I'm not sure, but I did put the link out in a couple of WhatsApp groups. But yeah, Ben, by all means, come on, jump on. It'll be nice to meet you.
Let's see if he's free.
Toxic headshot, Liverpool, unstoppable machine. I've been working. What is the result? What happened tonight in the Champions League? Fill us in, please.
Liverpool have won 2-0. Liverpool are. It's too late. See, it's too late for him. He's relaxing, which means he'll probably be here in about 10 minutes. Listen, Liverpool are flying. I haven't got to watch any football. Do you know what? I haven't watched 1 second of Champions League football this season.
No.
I just haven't. And now I'm working. It's very hard for me to because of the time difference. But Liverpool are flying. But before you start to work, you see these people in the chat. This is what is very, very good about this community. If you go through that list,
yeah,
Ben Kaufman is like a brother to me. We're like family. Met him loads of times. Toxic headshot. He could walk past me in broad daylight, wouldn't have a clue, but speak to him regularly via Twitter or in streams. Nigel New, Craig O'Sullivan, one of my nearest and dearest. Never met him in my life. Video calls and everything. But Phil Coys, I only met properly when I was back in London, but been on streams with him. This community has a lot of very, very good people that are always here to support. Matty Kushner, met when I was in London. It's incredible what this community can do.
No, it is. Look, I've chatted to some lovely people in the chat. Yeah, man, so many people I'm getting to meet and kind of get to know. And look, it's growing. And look, I just enjoy, talking to people, talking Spurs, even just saying hello. It's just nice. And look, I really appreciate it. And look, I'm hoping that will grow throughout the time I'm doing YouTube. Look, this top the headshot. Champions Leagues are for losers anyway. Was the Liverpool game at home or was it away?
At home to Real Madrid. Unbelievable.
Oh, look. Yeah, they're doing well. They're really doing well at the moment. Nige, Brian, when you're in London next year, me and Dan will meet you. Yeah, look, we're possibly April. I think, Brian, did you say April maybe?
Yeah.
We've got to find a game.
This basically the last trip I did was very much under the radar, and was mainly to surprise my nephews and niece and spend as much time as I could with them. But when I come back in April with Ilana again, I've got 2.5 weeks, 2.5 weeks there where I'm gonna have a lot more free time, and I plan to see so many people and be able to do a lot more. This was my nephews and niece finished school. I'm at theirs. The hardest part of living in Canada is being apart from them. So yeah, in April when we book it, there's no cloak and dagger. There's no under the radar. It's right. I'm coming, and I can start planning and preparing things. And I can't wait to meet everyone that I didn't.
Yeah, look, you were a lot of people to catch up with, Brian. Did you see a game when you came, or were you just?
I was in Tottenham for Spurs Ipswich. I was offered tickets for free because they know I won't give Levy any money to go into the ground, but I won't step foot in the Levy Bowl. But that's my stance on it. So I was told by a few people that the Bricklayers Arms or LT show it on a dodgy stream. They didn't. So me and 7 mates were in the coaching horses, gathered around a table, watching it on an iPhone. And thank God we did, because if I think if I'd been in the ground, I probably would have ran onto the pitch and caused chaos after that performance. But yeah, I will be. I'm going to be in Tottenham for the Nottingham Forest game. So who knows? My stance I might go into the ground there, because I was going to go Liverpool away, but I won't be able to because there's a family celebration. So I may go into a home game and see Nottingham Forest. Even if I don't go in to the ground, I will be in Tottenham for the Notts Forest game.
Fair enough. What date's that, Brian?
It's the 19th of April.
Okay. Well, that's a good date to work towards. April's my birthday. End of April.
April is your birthday. That's a long birthday. April is your birthday. The whole of April.
At the end of April. But look, it'll be a nice little thing to do. Get to meet some people, on YouTube, and anybody really. Get up to Tottenham. Ain't been for such a long time. So look, that's a good date to look ahead at. Look, let's read out a few more comments. Phil Coy's, Dan, look forward to streaming with you soon. Cheers, man. Yeah, definitely, man. We'll definitely get you on, or I'm sure I'll meet you on the stream soon. Ben is saying we need to bring back the coffee shop meetings. Brian, what's this? Do you explain a bit?
Oh, mate, listen, we've done it before. When Bobby K came over for his son's 16th birthday at the NLD, a load of the Spurs YouTube community got together and met at the coffee house, Ben's coffee shop, and just chilled there for a few hours before the game. When I was there, not this transfer window, just gone, the last summer transfer, Angie's first window, Tottenham on Tour did a transfer deadline day bonanza and streamed pretty much all day, and loads of Spurs community, YouTubers and people from the chat came and joined us and chilled in the summer at his coffee house. Wonderful times. Wonderful, wonderful times.
Sounds great. Yeah, I love it. Let's go back to the chat. Make sure I don't miss anybody. George giving me some advice. Mod people you trust. Bit of advice, mate. Thank you.
100%.
I've been very fortunate so far that people who've watched the streams and the shows and be on the lane, it's all been very civil. But look, good advice, because I'm sure over the time that it will build numbers, and we will definitely need it. Nige, cheers, mate. Dan, when's your birthday? Mine's 1st of May. Oh, that's weird. The day after mine. Mine's the 30th of April, and yours is the day after, man. How weird's that? That's proper mad. Didn't even know that.
Stars align.
Yeah, definitely. Audio Artisan, evening chaps.
This is again, I will say this, especially when I see his name. I've been doing YouTube now for about when COVID started. So just before COVID kicked in, or when COVID kicked in, this man right here, whether it's We Are Tottenham TV, when I was part of Tottenham Away, Tottenham on Tour, all the other channels, you can count on this man being here. He is a wonderful, I mean, listen, there's a lot of people in this chat that are wonderful supporters of all the channels, but there are certain names that I know that I've seen from the get-go. And this man right here is one of the original. He will be there to support every single channel. He is, again, someone I could walk past and not even know it, but a top man that I love seeing in the chat.
Well, nice to meet you, man. Hopefully we'll see you in the shows and about on YouTube. That'd be great. Matty, Beyond the Lane pod is getting better and better. Well, thanks, Matty. Look, we're putting a lot into it. We're trying to get as many guests on as we can. We did a little bit different yesterday. We've got a few different guests on, and we're trying to get people with different opinions, so that it makes it more interesting, healthy debate. That's what we're looking to do, and I'm open to that, and Nigel's as well moving forward. just getting people in, chatting Spurs, and just make it fun. And look, being a Spurs supporter is just a massive frustration for us all, and we all see it from all sorts of different angles, and we all have our different opinions. But we all, at the end of the day, if you think about it, we all want the one thing: we want to win. Isn't it, Brian? We all want to win something. And I just think we're just so frustrated as a fan base that we're biting at each other, which, it happens, I guess.
Unfortunately, it shouldn't have. This football club divides its very own supporters to the core. And we seem to have... No, I'm not going to get into how much for Paul I think the owner is or how I feel about this fan base now has become like a cult in certain aspects, and I do what this man says, I do what this woman says, I believe this, I believe that. If I disagree with you, rather than disagreeing rationally, if me and my wife have a disagreement, or me and a mate, I don't go, well, I think you're a fucking wanker, and it all becomes absolutely insult central. It's like, well, we disagree and let's discuss it. It's become awful at the moment from all sides, whether it be social media, whether it be YouTube, whatever it may be. It just causes the Spurs fans will never unite on everything. I think the only thing we all unite on is we want to see Tottenham win trophies.
Mm-hmm.
That's a given. But then how we get there, what needs to change, who do we support, who do we get, and everything else.
Yeah.
It's war, and
it is. It's so divided. It's
completely
crazy. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. And since coming into the YouTube and speaking out, like, I've realised that the range of opinions, look, madness, absolutely madness. Let's big up a few more people. Hello, Robbie. Hope you're good, man. Big up Dan, Brian, and all in the chat. Robbie, look, I'm looking forward to meeting you as well. I haven't seen you on a stream yet, but look, I'm looking forward to getting you on as well at some point, and I'll probably see you on Tottenham Away at some point as well. So look, man, looking forward to meeting you properly. I've been watching a lot of your content, man. You're very, very consistent, man. You're always churning it out, man. So fair play to you, and I hope you're doing well, man. I'm sure you are. Who else we got in here? Queen Ellie, big up Dan and Brian. Hello, Ellie. I haven't met you either. I hope to meet you one day as well, and of course, get you on the stream at some point. And look, I hear a lot about you, a lot of good things. So let people say I need to meet you. So I'm sure I will at some point. So big up, Ellie. I hope all is well. Nige is saying cheers, Matty. Nige and I share a birthday. Wow. Another one. Fair enough. Mark, you will get trolls, mate, and sad people. Just ignore them and keep doing what you're doing, Dan Geezer. Look, I've had a little bit, but I have to kind of blame myself a bit. I'm so passionate, and sometimes I get carried away. And look, not today. Today's a chilled stream. You're going to see a chilled Dan today, and humble Dan. I'm not going to be ranting about things too much. Well, I'll try not to. But look, please, as I said, anybody out there on YouTube who does do personal attacks on people, please just stop. It's just argue the football opinion, debate, and many people have. A lot of people haven't agreed with me, and we've talked in comments and debated in a really sensible way, and that's fine. But anyone that starts being personal to anybody in YouTube or anybody else in the chat, just please stop, because it really does affect people's mental health, and it's just not nice. I don't know, Brian, if you want to say anything about that as well.
I was on a stream today with Kate and Jim about mental health. Tottenham on tour have prided themselves about speaking about mental health and addiction and whatever it may be through my personal experience and others, not just me. It's so important, it's so vital, and unfortunately, some people just want to cause trouble or shit stir or make trouble out of nothing or whatever. Listen, it becomes part and parcel of everything, and I'll listen whenever I get a chance to pick them up. I will. I am very, very lucky When I first started coming onto YouTube, I jumped into We Are Tottenham TV. Never had met Ben and Simeon before in my life. I now speak to Ben Daniel pretty much every single day without fail. I also am very, very close with Simeon as well. But you get a lot of attention, obviously, when you go on that show because of the huge traffic that they get and the audience they get. And there were certain comments on YouTube, and like not just when I was live on them, but the YouTube comments after, which were absolutely vile. I used to bite at all of them. I used to bite and argue and give them the attention they craved. And then they just used to say to me, I'll give you one, for example. I can't remember what game it was, but someone put a comment in YouTube and said, the only thing Brian is good for is being an addict and getting high. Just words to that effect, and literally got very, very personal with me.
That's terrible, man. That's shocking.
That's tip of the iceberg.
Right.
When I saw that, I phoned Ben immediately. I was like, Ben, I'm going to react to this one, and it ain't going to be nice. I'm going to go fucking nuts because I ain't having it. He goes, Brian, do me a favor. He's like, just do me a favor right here, right now. It's like, yeah. He goes, don't make a comment. Do not bite. Do not do anything for 24 hours. I was like, okay. And he goes, how many views has this video had so far? I think it was at 1,700 or something like that. And he goes, how many likes has that comment got? And I said, none. He goes, call me in 24 hours. Didn't know what I was going to say. Called him back in 24 hours. He goes, Brian, how many views has that video had now? It was something like 23,500.
Wow.
And he was like, how many likes has that comment that you were talking about got? He's like, 2. And he goes, well, they're probably his other troll accounts. And I was like, how many comments has it got? And it was like, none. And he goes, so basically 23,000 or 22,000 people have seen it.
Yeah.
There's been not one comment about it. And the only likes are probably himself. And I look back on it, every time that I bit on previous ones, so many people would jump on me because I gave them the just ignore. I mean, the trolls will come regardless, no matter the bigger you get, the wider or the bigger the shows you go on, people will come for me because of my stance. I'm known, just like Stel is, for and Sava and Bencott and others that are leaving out, but I was on there screaming, bitching, moaning, and going and protesting and starting protests at trading grounds. So I had a lot of people on my back already. And I used to buy it. And when I bit, it gave them the attention. Don't give them the attention. They're not worth it. I don't even bring their comments up. They're pointless. They're worthless. And there are a lot of good people in this community that want to contribute to shows and show support in comments. And they're the ones that deserve to be spoken to and responded to. So it's all about obviously not rising to the hate they try and promote.
Look, yeah, it's something that you've gone through, and look, you've come out the other end. Yeah, I guess you've kind of grown. You've worked out how to deal with it yourself, Brian, haven't you? You've made a decision. That's what you're going to do. Don't give it any attention. Don't let it get you, because there's so many people who will just crush that opinion. You know that. They'll absolutely crush it, and it's your opinion on football, Levy, Tottenham. You say what you want, man, and there's no need for that level of abuse and trolling. So thanks, Mark, for bringing that comment up. That was good advice, and I think Robbie's followed this up as well. He said there's a few bad eggs out there, but there's some incredible people I've met in the community over the last 4 years, and that's very true. That's very true, Robbie. Yeah. Nige, woohoo, best birthday date ever, Ben May Day. Audio saying big up Daigle, Queen Ellie, you were born in the month of Einstein, Dan, just 1 week later. Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you. Ben, replying to Nige, it means when you're in massive danger, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday.
Yeah. I'm more in line with Ben on that. I'm more in line with Ben with that. I've got a very, very good friend. My best friend outside of Spurs community and everything who I met in Israel, he's born May the 1st as well. So there's a hat trick.
Wow.
There you go. Like I said, listen, the main thing is all of us, everyone in the chat, you and I, we love Tottenham Hotspur. We want the best for Tottenham Hotspur. And after a fantastic win on Saturday, let's just hope that carries on. Let's hope the run carries on.
Yeah, we do. And look, let's just touch on that a little bit, Brian. I mean, that result, unexpected. I just don't know where that come from. And this club, look who's joined in. It's hello to AJ. Hello, AJ.
Mate.
Thanks for joining.
Mate, how you doing?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad, mate. I'm not bad. It's good to see Brian here.
AJ, mate, I've seen you in the morning. I've seen you in the evening. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff.
Oh, so you met each other, yeah?
Yeah, I've been with AJ. Loads of streams with AJ. Fair
enough. Well, that's good. Well, hello, AJ. Nice to speak to you properly. Obviously we've chatted in the group chats and debated Spurs a little bit. But look, man, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight.
You're very welcome. It's nice to get the invite. I wasn't doing anything for about half hour, so I thought I'd pop in and say hi.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, join in. I guess look, it's just a milestone I've reached today, and look, I'm very humble, and I just wanted to come on YouTube tonight, say thank you to everybody who's been supporting me, from other YouTubers, from people in the chat. There's so many people. I wanted to come on and say thank you. And I think it's important to do that because if it wasn't for everybody, I wouldn't be, doing as well. I think I'm doing really well. I've only been going for 4 months. And look, I just thought I'll come on and just have a little chat.
Yeah, that's good, man. It's good that you're doing that, because then the people that have subscribed to you feel appreciated. They're investing their time in you as much as you're investing your time putting out the content. So it's nice. It's nice to almost like give back to the people that are supporting you and pushing your channel.
No, spot on, man. Yeah, spot on. And yeah, look, before I was feeling this a little bit cheesy. I know it's such a small number, 250, but look, man, I didn't think I would reach, I didn't know where this would go. When I think back now, 4 months, like I was just doing like uploads of videos, putting it on YouTube, didn't think anyone would ever look at it. And I've been fortunate that kind of connected with some other channels, Brian, people like Stel, Sava, Eltel, and all of them have got me involved. And then I've met, people like Marlon and Ash. I was on with them before I even started YouTube. They gave me the opportunity to jump on their show. That's over 4 months ago now, before the season started. And look, I had such a good time. And then I just decided, look, I'm just going to go for it. And look, man, I haven't stopped. And along the journey, I met Nige, and me and him thought, look, let's just get together. He was new as well. And look, and that's where it's taken us now. We've got regular shows every week on a Tuesday, Beyond the Lane. We're on episode 10, getting all sorts of YouTubers in. So many more to come on as well. So look, man, it's just been crazy, man. If I really think about it and sit down, like, it's madness.
Exactly that. And it's you've just said a minute ago, it's a small number, but it's 250 people more than you had, when you started. And everybody starts somewhere. Yeah, the only way you get anywhere is by putting one step in front of the other and continuing your journey. So just keep doing you, just keep putting out your content, be your authentic self, and the people that are meant for you, the people that will be interested in your content, will find you, and your channel will keep growing.
Yeah, right. No, it is. And look, I've had a lot of learning to do. We all do. We all get a bit carried away sometimes with our opinions, and I do know I need to rein it in at times. Try and be respectful to everybody in their opinion. Then that's something I'm going to naturally learn over time. I'll be put in my place, and that's fine. And look, it's to be balanced and to try and hear everybody. It's not always easy, because like when you've got such a passion about your club and a massive frustration, look, man, you just go for it sometimes. We've all been here. I'm sure, Brian, you have. I know you have, and AJ as well. Like you back your opinion all the way.
Dan, the very fact that you are saying that you've had to rein it in sometimes, I can guarantee you that the first 4 months I raised and caused more hell and ruffled more feathers than a lot of people would have done. Listen, there's a time I came on all guns blazing, shouting, screaming, bitching, moaning, rah, 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 and I ruffled feathers, and rightfully so. It's what was my aim. But then you realise you're on a platform where if you want to gain traction for your channel or for what you're saying, you need to have a bit of balance. You can't just go, if I just carried on every single second of every single day, leave, like I did, you're alienating a huge part of this fan base. And a huge part of that fan base is what I need to I need all the people that are leaving out. I don't need to convert them. I don't need to.
Lost you, Brian, there. You're frozen. You gonna come back?
Might be that Canadian internet he's got.
I'm sure he'll be back in a second. AJ, man, look, how long have you been doing this YouTube for?
Oh, I keep getting people suggest I start a channel. I'm quite happy for the moment, just floating around giving my opinion. It's only been over the last year, really. And like you said, yeah, everyone has an opinion, right? And it's okay to stand by your opinion and defend it. There's ways of doing it, though. You can staunchly defend your opinion. You can almost have an argument with someone, as long as it's opinion and you're not attacking each other and not being vile or personal to each other. That's fine. You know, heated. You've seen it with pundits on TV. How heated do their debates get? And it's fine. At the end of the day, they shake hands. They either agree or agree to disagree, and everyone goes home. Everyone's happy. You know, everyone's different. Everyone's unique. You think for yourself, and you come to your own conclusions. You have your own judgments, and as long as you're honest with them, and as long as you're, as you said, respectful, that's all that matters. You can totally disagree with what I say, as long as we're not having a go at each other, having a pop at each other, insulting each other. That's fine. Yeah. It doesn't matter how heated it gets. There's a difference between football and personal. And as long as the lines don't get blurred, as long as it stays football, I'd be happy to have a disagreement with anybody about football. That's fine. When it gets personal, that's where you start losing people. And as a content creator, obviously, that's not what you want. You want to appeal to as many people as possible to draw in the viewers, the figures, but also you want to remain true to yourself. So it is a balance. And as Brian just said, it's a learning curve. And as long as you have your channel, as long as you have your platform, you will consistently be learning. It's like anything in life. Yeah. You know, anyone that tells you,
honestly, it's not easy doing this, coming on YouTube, man. Look, it's testing. I tell you that. Like, you've worked all day or whatever, you know, you've done all your responsibilities, and then you've got all this built-up frustrations of Spurs, and then you just come out, and then you hear other people say this, that, and the other, and you go, why are they saying that? How are they getting to that conclusion? And you really have to just keep calm at times, and it's not easy, man. I think it's definitely a skill to come on YouTube and speak your opinion, but also allow other people to speak, debate you, and try to come to some kind of, you know, end to it. But look, man, it's fun. But again, look, it's something that I'm still trying to get used to, man. But AJ, yeah, look, you make a lot of sense there, what you say. I agree with you, and thanks for the advice. Should we say some? Sorry,
I was just about to say, one of the things I did, it shows how much work you need to put into things. When I first came back from England last year, so I came back in 2022, October 2022, October 2020. Not this October, just gone. I can't even do the maths. October 2023. I came back in October 2023, and then when I first came back, because I couldn't work for a while or whatever, I was like, right, I need to get this channel ticking over. I need to get regular content out. I need to do things daily on the channel to try and make it grow, I saw that there was a gap in the market to do a morning show at 9 a.m., which Ben and Dave took over as Morning Brews. I was getting up at 4 a.m. Toronto time, or sorry, 3 o'clock in the morning, Toronto time, Monday to Friday, to do a show at 4 o'clock to make sure that show. There is a lot of stuff that needs to go. Obviously, the time difference is my issue because obviously I'm in Toronto, not London. But there are people that literally, once they start a channel, you need to get on shows. You need to put yourself out there. People won't know where to find you if you don't go out and find them. Mm-hmm. So there is so much. So people on this chat now. A lot of them will get a notification that you've gone live. That Dan's live. Let's listen to Dan. That's as simple as it is. Like I do, I'll see that you're live. I have my notification set, or Hotspur Hood, or whoever it may be. They just they've gone live. Wicked, I'll watch. But when you actually try to put it together, when you're trying to build something, it is so much work. It is so draining. It is so much time and effort. Thankfully, I've got Ben Kaufman, and I have Brian Ireland as well, and Dave. I can't do thumbnails for shit. I cannot. That kind of stuff is not my bag at all. Give me a mic, a camera, and I'll let me go. But I can't do all the technical stuff.
No, it's not easy.
It's a lot of work that goes into it.
Definitely, I agree, man. It is a lot of work. Preparing for the show yesterday, like I was in such a rush trying to get my tactical analysis ready for the show. I could have quite a big audience yesterday, and look, I had to just do it, and I think I pulled it off. Did everyone agree with my tactical assessment? Probably not. But
Dan,
look,
can I just quickly say something? I only managed to catch a bit of your show yesterday because I was working. But from what I saw, the time you must have put into doing your analysis, because there was a lot there. Like I didn't see it all, but I was like, every time I looked at the screen, there was a different page. It was very in depth. So absolute credit to you, because you're putting in the work. Do you know what I mean? And that, it's so time consuming doing this as well as having an ordinary life. It's a lot of work, and for you to put in the effort that you're putting in, just keep doing that. Just keep doing exactly what you're doing, and your channel will grow before you know it.
No, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And look, sometimes you just don't have the time to prepare, and you just have to go with what you got, and just kind of wing it a bit. But I think it's important when you do a show is try and keep some kind of structure to it. And because, we watch many shows, they just go off on tangents all over the place. And there's nothing wrong with that. People love it. They know that we're jumping from one to the other. But what I try and do is try and keep to some kind of structure and get through it, so we can talk about this and then we can talk about that, debate, whatever, discuss it. And look, that's what I've been doing. But yeah, man, look, it does take a lot of time. Let's say a few hello to some other people watching. Big up Bella. I hope you're well. Just read out some more comments. Audio, Brian, did you see Alfie's goals? He looks proper good last few games.
Listen, my audio knows I've been waxing lyrical about this guy for 3, 4, 5 years since he signed. I love Alfie Divine. I think he is an absolute world superstar. But once he gets into the Spurs team, he will become a mainstay. He is that goddamn good.
How old is he now?
He's 20. He'll turn 20. Not that I stalk him or anything. He'll turn 20. He'll turn 21 in August. He honestly, James Flower, I'm coming for you, mate. I'm coming for you. James Flower's a bit under the weather at the moment. He says he's got man flu. He's actually got vicarioitis. So all spare a thought for James Flower with vicarioitis. Alfie is a special talent, and I can't wait to shut him up and many others when he comes good.
Fair enough. Like, I remember when he had his debut under Mourinho, didn't he, in the cup?
Yep, Mourinho.
Yeah, all those years ago.
And scored.
Yeah. Who was it against? Was it Mourinho?
Mourinho.
Yeah. Look, let's hope he gets a chance. Let's hope he does. Ben says, I will never attack other Spurs fans. Everyone has an opinion. Variety is the spice of life. Very true. Bella, hello, sweet Benny boy. Bella, Ben. Brian's talking about Alfie. Bella's saying hello. Let's get down a little bit more. Queen Ellie says, everybody in the chat, look after yourselves. Be kind and remember, we're all Spurs fans. We stick together, not divided. Yeah, look, we all tried to. Well, unfortunately, we're just not all going to agree, are we, on so many things? But look, it makes it interesting, doesn't it? It makes it interesting. We never know what's going to happen with Spurs, where we're going to go next. Win, lose. Yeah, we'll see. Ben, the top Ben is very wise. Nigel's going to bed. Good night, Nigel. Hello, Scott's in the chat. Big up, Scott. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, hope you're good. Scott's saying hello to Brian. Oh, look who it is. Jose, you're in the chat. How are you, man?
So Scott.
Look, man, enjoyed you coming on. Thank you to you for coming on the show a couple of weeks back. Had a great time with you. I really enjoyed your war speech. And look what happened after that, eh? We got that fantastic win against City. So maybe, maybe they listened. Brian's saying to Scott, I'm a YouTube slut, guilty as charged, but now I'm a sophisticated slut.
Yeah, no, I have a joke with Brian Ireland, who I'm on Tottenham on tour with. When we first started coming on Tottenham Away, when me, him, Stel, and a guy called Shy started Tottenham Away, I started networking like a beast. And if anyone has seen the movie with Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman, when she's walking to Richard Gere's car, she's in that outfit, and you can hear her mate going, "Work it, baby, work it." And I keep saying that's the gift of me with my networking. So I'm always working it. So yeah, it's a lot. Honestly, you have to get yourself out there. That's the biggest thing. It's all well and good being consistent and putting your stuff out there, but if you're not getting out there on other channels so people can see what you got to say and get to know you,
yeah,
they will know where to look. So you've got to be a slut. You've got to become a YouTube slut.
And look, I've got to say a big thank you to Sava as well. Like Sava is, I've been on his Sunday show to Spurs Review. So Sava, if you're listening or you watch the show back, big thank you for you, man. You've given me that chance to come on your channel. And look, I've also come on with him pre-match chat some of those Europa League matches. And look, yeah, it's been great chatting to you, man. And Sava is actually coming on the show next week. So look, yeah, that should be fun. Let's have a look here. Ryan G, big up, guys. Congrats. Thank you, Ryan. Thanks so much, man. Thank you for watching the shows. I hope you've been enjoying them. Let's go. Where am I now? I think I've lost it a bit. Here we go. Let me make sure. I've gone well down now. I'm a bit behind on the chat. Let me try and run through it as quickly as I can. Ben, when you need someone to bully chat down, give me a call. What does that mean? The mods, is that?
Yeah, the mod father. He wants to. He's offering his services, I do believe.
Yeah, no worries, Ben. I'll make you a moderator. Don't know if I can even do it now. I'm still getting used to all these sort of things. Look, I'll do it. I'll work it out, Ben, somehow. Audio, big up Ryan G. Two people are saying hello to each other in the chat. We've got Ronnie. Big up, Ronnie.
I haven't seen him for a bit. Another top man.
Big up, Ronnie. Hope you're well. Ed M. Hello, Ed. How are you? Seen you in the show a few times. 250 is great. Going Vampires live for centuries. Yeah, man. It was crazy. Ryan laughing away. Ed M. Daigle coming live from Rio de Janeiro.
Rio de Toronto, mate. I wish we'd have Rio weather at the moment. It's starting to get cold.
Freezing.
That's one way of saying it.
James, hello, James. Hope you're good, man. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining us tonight. Scott M. Brian Dan, that is why I don't have a channel. I can say what I want and alienate anyone. Everyone, sorry.
If Scott M, oh my God, if Scott M had a, Jesus Christ, that would be scary, brilliant, worrying, so many different adjectives. It'd be box office. It would be box office.
Look, what I noticed, Scott, is you get so much you've got a lot of people on your case, man. And look, man, fair play for you to just stand in your ground, keeping your opinion. You expect so much more as a Spurs fan. I don't blame you. But man, look, I'm sure you've kind of found a way of, not letting it get to you. But still, man, look, all the abuse and the trolling, it can get to anyone. So I'm not saying it's easy, but listen, man, keep fighting your fight and never back down. Brian, Scott M, laugh out loud. If you had a channel, that would be absolutely wild. Brian saying a few hellos to anyone.
Yeah.
AJ, man, got a question for you. AJ, so when do you normally just go on the diehards, or do you go on anywhere else?
Oh, I'm just as Daigle was saying, I'm a bit of a slut. I'll go wherever I'm asked or wherever it's suggested. I don't mind floating around. I've been on Jose's channel. I've been on Diehards. I've been on what do you call it? I forgot the name of it now. Perfect Match. And I do believe there's one other I've been on. Two Sides. So yeah, I drift. I slut myself out.
Well, fair play. Jose, YT is for young uns. YouTube is for young.
He's saying YouTube is for youngins, but he doesn't. He does all right. He does all right.
No, he definitely does. James is laughing. James is saying, oh, okay, yeah, that's from earlier. Yeah, I'm a bit behind here.
Yeah, James can keep his noise down.
James is sub. Thank you, James, mate. Thanks for subbing. That's lovely of you. Hi, buddies. Ed saying hello. Spurs diehards. Hi, subscribed. Now, is that Mark or is that Adrian?
That's Adrian.
That's Adrian. Pick up, Adrian. Hope to see you on Friday. I hope.
What I will say, just very quickly, I'm going to make a move now because I promised my wife to spend the evening with her. No. So I am going to do that right now. What I will say is everyone in the chat, always good seeing you. I'm not about as much as I used to be, and it will be back properly in January. But right now, focusing on the new job and everything. But like I said, once again, congratulations for getting 250.
Thank you.
Yes, to the next 250 and the next 250, then the 1,000. Then the good times start rolling. It's great to have everyone in the chat just enjoying the show and engaging. And AJ, always a pleasure, brother. Dan, always a pleasure.
Brian, cheers,
too,
buddy.
Brian.
Thank you again. Thank you. Take care of yourself, yeah? We'll speak to you soon.
And as always, leave you
out. Laters, bro.
Take care. Yeah, so, look, someone subscribed to me. Cheers, Adrian, man. Appreciate it. Ryan, good evening. Adrian, a few people saying hello. Got a question here. George, Dan, how did you become a Spurs fan? Yeah, so I'm a Spurs fan because of my dad. He enjoyed Spurs, the attacking football, and I think it takes him back now to, I can't remember, but he used to watch the team, I guess. So he was born in the 60s. So look, he didn't see the title. He was too young for the title. But yeah, all those good Spurs teams over the years. He loved the white shirt, the European nights. And it's interesting though, because his dad, he weren't a Spurs fan. He supported Brentford. So he decided to just choose a club himself, which was interesting. But look, yeah, so that's why I'm a Spurs fan, just because of my dad. And look, I've been supporting them. I mean, the memories take me back now when I guess under when we had Klinsmann, we had the famous five. Don't know how old you are, AJ, if you remember that, but yeah, the famous five. Yeah, look, it was a lot different back then. You know, it wasn't so much on telly. It was all about the newspaper articles. It was all about Jonathan Pearce on the radio. I think maybe Radio Gold. It was different times back then. And I remember a quote, and if anybody's older in the chat will remember, they were like comparing our attack to Manchester United, saying we've even got a better attack than Manchester United. Crazy times, man. Crazy memories.
Oh, dear.
Let's have a look. See what else. Scott would start a YouTube channel and magically become a happy clapper. I don't know about that. Question: we will go on a roll now. Will we go on a roll now? Yeah, good question, James. I have my doubts. We were talking about this yesterday. I just don't know. I'm just not convinced yet until I actually see us get that run together, get a few wins in a row. Then I can maybe start believing. But until that happens, I'm very grounded. I use the word a lot. And but look, don't get me wrong. What a result, everybody! What a fantastic day, unexpected, and like it was one of those results. AJ, you know, how did you feel, man, about that when you saw them goals going in? You're like, what is going on?
It's typical Spurs, isn't it? I mean, our inconsistency would be funny if it wasn't so infuriating. And we've seen this season we can turn it on. When it works, and we can play some absolutely amazing football. But that's all for nothing when the very next week we're losing, especially to teams that we should be beating. So it is infuriating massively. But as annoying as it is, you have to appreciate the results you get, especially when you go away to the best club team in the world. Over the last 10 years, they have arguably been the best club team in the world. And to go to their home ground and absolutely rile them the way we did, like it was a joy to watch. And Ange set it up perfectly. It was a tactical masterclass, and he hasn't had many of those. He hasn't had many, but what a time to pull it out of the bag. What a time to outclass your opponent. Not many people do that to Pep Guardiola, but the issue that City are having, in my opinion, is that Pep plays one way, and that way has seen them to cups, it's seen them to titles, and it's arguably a brilliant system, right? It's arguably one of the best, but it all centers around Rodri. And nobody else in that City lineup can play the way Rodri plays, and it shows. Gundogan, Kovacic, it doesn't matter. Whoever plays in that role, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't. And they get overrun and they get exposed. And Hulu was monstrous. He was an absolute beast. Maddison had his best game in a Spurs shirt by a mile. To be fair, every single player on that pitch, even the guys that come on, Werner, he absolutely greased Walker. Like, literally his name Walker. That's what it looked like he was doing, walking. Werner absolutely left him for dead, and not many people have done that. Mbappe couldn't do that to Walker. So, you know, it's Go on.
I think Man City, we caught them at a good time. You know, there's a lot of questions over their team with, you know, look, Rodri was a massive miss, Kovacic, but generally Pep, he didn't set them up great, did he? And Ange, he got it spot on. And I just think like our players actually turned up. They actually turned up. They fought as a team. They really had a go at City, and City's midfield just didn't have enough defensive players in there. It was to do with the pressing. So the Man City's forwards were pressing, but their midfield weren't pressing well. They weren't pressing as a unit. and we just
Absolutely.
played through them. And they played such a high line. We know we criticised Spurs for the high line. Man City had a very high line too, and they played a dangerous game, and we really capitalised, didn't we? We really did.
100%. 100%. Their press was so disjointed. If you're going to operate a press, everybody has to buy into it. Everyone has to know what they're doing, because if they don't, if not everybody presses, you leave gaps, and those gaps get exposed by the better teams. And it was so all over the place. Whereas when we press, we're the best pressing team in the league. I'm sure we are. I haven't seen the stats, but I'm positive we're the best pressing team in the league. And we saw it against City. Yes, we caught them at a good time, but you've still got to beat who's in front of you. You know, it's a way to a team that hadn't lost in 52 games. And
AJ, sorry, do you
yes,
buy the fact that Ange did change it a lot? What did you see a lot that Ange actually had approached this game differently? Because what I'm hearing is that, look, you know, Spurs played like we did under Conte, but with a bit more pressing. I don't know, man. Look, I thought I saw us press more in the first half, and then in the second half we sat more deeper, and we saw Maddison drop in. I don't know, man. It's hard unless I watch the game back again very closely. What I'm trying to say is, like, did Ange make a lot of changes? Did he completely change up his system, his style of play for that match? It's hard to really pinpoint it, isn't it?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I personally don't believe he completely changed. He's shown time and time again that he is going to stick to what he does. So I believe that anything we see from him will be a variation of his style, the style that he's implemented. But you have to adapt to who you're playing. And I believe it was somewhere in the middle. I think that we still played the Ange way. We still pressed. We still were very, very tenacious with our press. We had the fullbacks invert in the first half especially. And we got on top. We took out, because let's be honest, they had chances, right? They had chances. Vicario was quality.
Yeah, he had a great game.
Had they scored, could have been a totally different result, but they didn't. Vicario stood strong, had his best game in a Spurs shirt by a mile. He instilled that back four, a makeshift back four, with absolute confidence. And I think it settled everybody, and it gave everybody that sort of clear mentality to go out there and do their jobs rather than worrying about what's coming the other way. In the second half, I think we did drop deep and we did spring the counter-attack. You have to be respectful of the teams that can hurt you, and City are a team that can hurt anybody. So was it completely Ange and a masterclass? I do believe it was his best game as manager.
Yeah.
But also, City, even an under-strength City, are going to push you back and make you hit them on the counter. It doesn't matter who you are. You're not going to see the majority of the possession against City, especially at home. So I do believe he adapted, but I do believe it's got something to do with the opposition as well. I wouldn't. It's not all on Ange, but then it's not all the other way. Yeah, there's a happy medium.
Do you know what it is? AJ? I think, look, we take that game for what it was, and then look, let's see what we do now. You know, what is going to happen next? Are we going to beat Fulham? Yeah. Are we going to go to Bournemouth and try and get a result? You know, are we going to follow this up? Are we going to see Ange continue to adjust to get better results with this team? If he can do that, and if we can see that regularly, then maybe, you know, he's onto something. But I just think we just have to see it. We have to wait. There's so many games coming up for Ange to prove the doubters wrong. And look, I'm a massive doubter still, of course. So look, we'll see now. A lot of games. I mean, it's very disappointing about the goalie being injured. I mean, look, what happened? Was it yesterday that news broke? Or I can't remember now. But
I think it was. I think it was yesterday morning.
Oh, everybody lost it, didn't they? Completely lost it about
rightly
this
so.
Situation.
Rightly so. I mean, Vicario has got his frailties, right? I don't even think David De Gea was so weak when he first came to the Premier League at crosses. Like crosses coming, especially corners. I've never seen a keeper look so worried in my life. But when it comes to his agility and his shot stopping, he's excellent. Like Vicario is an excellent keeper. But after him, we've got Forster, who is terrible. He's a terrible keeper. He really is. And
he's too old now, isn't he? Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, he wasn't brilliant when he was younger. He was a decent keeper, but he's getting older now. The agility, the speed of play, the speed of mind, it all slows down. So, I mean, it is a major concern. I do understand why people are worried about it, because it is concerning. You would hope that we would either go for a free agent keeper that's available or be shopping in January. I mean, January is not too far away. You would hope that we're going to get somebody into cover, because I'm not confident with Forster being the number one for, 3 months that they reckon Vicario is going to be out?
For me, we're going to drop points because of this. We're going to drop points. We're going to concede more goals. Unless he gives one of the younger keepers a game, give him a few starts, see what he can do. I mean, we're definitely going to drop points, and our defence is not the best at the times. Our defence is vulnerable, and you need the keeper. It's so important, especially if we're playing the high line. So, look, man, let's go through some comments and see what other people are saying in the chat. Let's get some up now. Scott says, yes, we got very lucky against City. I can understand why you said that. City, they weren't good, were they? They weren't like the City of old. Let's have a look here. I don't know, Ben. Man City are potent side, but I hear what you're saying. Dry hands. Ange has adapted and made noticeable tweaks. So this is what I mean. He's adapted, or is it tweaks, or is it both? I think, as I just said like a few minutes ago, let's see if this adaptations continue and adjustments to certain games. Now, look, let me ask you, AJ. You're Ange, and you're playing Fulham on when is it? Sunday afternoon, I think, at 2:00. What's your approach to this game?
He's got to go out there and win the game. He's got to go out. He's got to treat Fulham with respect, because we've seen this season they're a good footballing team.
Formation-wise, would you say that he's going to go back to the high press, high line with Radu and Davis, or is he going to play a bit more like he did against City? Sorry, that's what I meant.
All right, that's fair. What I would do if I was Ange is I would set up the way he set up against City. For me, it's much easier to transition to attacking football from defensive, rather than try to shut up shop if you're attacking and you get caught out, because then the damage has been done, right? You go attacking and Fulham hit you on the counter, they score 1 or 2 quick goals. You can't then try to go defensive and shut up shop, because that horse is already bolted. So I would say set up the same way he did against City, look to contain, look to snuff out any threat of the counter, and hit them on the counter. When they've got the ball, break them down, press them, exploit that, score the goals. If you score 2, if you score 3, then you can drop back, you can drop deep, you can shut up shop, you can shore things up. But I think he needs to, off the back of this, he needs to show Fulham the respect that they deserve, because we've struggled against the teams that we should be beating, and we should be beating comprehensively. Ipswich, and this isn't doing Ipswich, this isn't being like derogatory towards Ipswich, but the game shouldn't even be close between us. We should be winning 2-3, 4-0. They might nick a goal late on, but we shouldn't be losing to them. We shouldn't have lost to Palace. But I mean, Ange can only do what he can do. The players have to take accountability. They still have to put in a shift. And sometimes, I don't know whether it's mentality, I don't know whether it's complacency, but they look like, It's only Ipswich. We don't have to try here. We don't have to work hard. And you don't want to see any of that. You don't want to see that complacency. You want to see them. You want to see the manager and the players approaching each game as if you are playing City. You know, going at it, trying, giving it 100%. And we haven't seen enough of that this season.
Look, it's totally unacceptable. Like with that mentality, their attitude towards that Ipswich game, and look, that it's not good enough. And then turning up against City when they fancied it. Look, they've got to get it right. The team, it's not just Ange, it's the team as well. The mentality, they've got to go in, like you said, AJ, treating every game the same. That we're going to win. We must win, whoever we're playing against. The mentality at Spurs is got to change massively. Let's go through a few more comments. City forced Ange to play a Conte style against what he wanted to do. Luckily for us, Ange couldn't implement his tactics. Look, there's just so many opinions on this game, like different perspectives, you know, to suit kind of how you feel. And look, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a bit tired now. I don't think I'm going to go into that too much, Scott, man. I did talk about it a lot yesterday. I don't know if you want to say anything, AJ, about what Scott said. I don't know, man. What I want to see, sorry, AJ, before you speak, what I want to see now, whatever everybody's different outlook on that game, is Ange, look, is Ange, are we going to win? Are we going to get 2, 3, 4 wins in a row? However we play tactically, however we're set up, are we going to get those results? Yeah, whatever. We've just got to get the results. We've got to get the consistency. However Ange wants to do to get that, it doesn't matter, does it really? We just got to get those results. Am I wrong? I think it made sense.
I absolutely agree. We have to start. You can't win anything being as inconsistent as we are. As a matter of fact, the only thing consistent about our play is the inconsistency. And you're never gonna win the Premier League. You're never gonna win a cup. All the while you're winning, losing. There has to be some sort of consistency. So I would take defensive displays over the next couple of games, over the next few games, as if it gets us 3, 4, 5 wins in a row. That will breed confidence throughout the team. And then that has a positive effect, right? Mentally, that has a positive effect.
They've got to do it. And just got to do it. He's got to get it right. And until he does, this is why I just can't get behind it. So look, let's just hope we do, because Ange is here now. He's not going anywhere at the moment. Levy's not going to get rid of him now. Ed says that was Conte style. It was a counter press. No, that wasn't Conte style. It was a counter press. So this is what I mean. There's just so many different opinions on that match, man. It's crazy, isn't it? Everybody's saying different things. But Sally Forever saying, Danny boy, give your girlfriend a call. Hello, Sally.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Everyone's going to see the game differently. Everyone has a different preferred style. You know, some people want to see you be defensively strong and then go and win the game. Doesn't matter if you win 1-0, because guess what? You still get the 3 points, whether you score 1 goal or 5, you know. But other people want to see attacking football. Obviously, people want to see counter-attacking. So it's all about opinion and preference, what you think. And it's the same with the whole Ange in and Ange out. Yeah. If you want Ange out because you don't buy into what he's doing and you don't see it being successful, then you're right. That's your opinion. If you're Ange in because you do buy into it, you do see it bearing fruit, and you do see the potential to win trophies, then that's your opinion. You're right. Like neither one is right or wrong. We'll know come the end of his reign as manager. Yeah. If he leaves, if he gets sacked soon, or he leaves after 2 years or after 3 years and he hasn't won anything, then the people that said, I knew we wouldn't win anything, we were right, fair play. But in that time, if he does win a trophy, if we do mount a decent challenge to the league, then the people who back him can then go, well, we were right, you know. So at the moment, it's in that sort of corridor of uncertainty, because we've seen the system work. We've seen us play well. We've seen us get good results.
Yeah.
But we've also seen us get beaten by teams that have got no right beating us, teams that we should be beating comfortably. And we've seen some really, really terrible displays. And it is literally, it's so finely balanced. Like for every great performance, there's been a dog shit performance. So
Yeah,
it's you can
inconsistency.
understand the divide.
Yeah, and it's so inconsistent, isn't it, this season, carried on from last year. So many question marks. Look, there's so much, AJ, around Spurs. It's not just Ange, the players, it's also the board and the investment in the summer. There's just so many things which I'm not happy about. But we're here. This is what we got now. And we'll just have to see how it goes. Look, the games, they're coming thick and fast. We've got a game tomorrow against Roma. I mean, what sort of lineup is the manager going to play? Look, let's talk about Roma in a minute. Let's get a few more comments, because I want to be respectful to people staying in at this late hour. So Iwobi, Georgia says Iwobi is playing really well for Fulham. We need to stop him. Yeah, definitely, it's somebody we got to watch out for. I think, he's having a good season so far. Ryan, I think Anderson will be out for Fulham this week. Key player for them. That is interesting. Anderson is a good centre back. I like him. I think he's got a good ball.
He's very good.
Well, yeah, he's a solid defender. He's not the best in the world, but he always puts in a shift. He's a fighter. Big voice.
His long balls are great.
Sorry?
His distribution.
Yeah.
His ball playing from a centre half position is quality.
He's a good player. Why did he move? He was at Palace, wasn't he? It's very strange why Palace sold him to Fulham. I don't really understand.
I don't know.
Very strange. He went off injured against us. Yeah, so he's talking about the Wolves game. That Wolves smashed them. Yeah, Ryan, man, you must have been well over the moon. I think that was Wolves' first win, wasn't it, of the season? Massive win, 4-1 away to Fulham. Man,
the thing with Wolves is, and I was saying this in another chat I was in, Ryan. Wolves are a very good team. You watch them play, and it just hadn't quite clicked for them yet. But you see in spells they play some absolutely beautiful football, and they're so good on the eye. But they've got some frailties in defence. They get broken down on the transition, and they're easy to get at. But once everyone is buying into it, once everyone's on the hymn sheet, they'll be absolutely purring. They're a very, very, very good football inside, and it showed.
Well, look, what Wolves they've done us twice last season, and I think they lost a couple of players in the summer. Maybe they didn't invest that well. I mean, I'm sure Ryan will enlighten us more. I got it wrong here, so I'll go back to your comment in a minute, Ed. Second win, apologies for missing that. Who was the other win against? AJ, do you know Wolves' other win this season?
No, I think they had back-to-back wins though, didn't they? Didn't they win? They won their first, and then they won the one immediately after that. I think, if I'm correct, I'm not 100% sure.
So that means Wolves can get a couple of wins in a row, and that's what Spurs need to do. They need to get a couple. Oh, look, Ryan's seen in the chat now. Southampton at home. Thank you, Ryan. And he says, look, let's just go back to Ed's comment quickly. Joel, Harry, and Poch won nothing, and I loved. Why is Ange held to a different standard? Look, interesting question, isn't it? Again, it's all about opinions. Like some people, I mean, Ange, we were talking about this on the show last night. He's very black and white, Ange. Very, very black and white. We were kind of questioning why isn't he adapting? Why doesn't he change? Why is he so stubborn? He gets very feisty in press conferences, a lot of biting back. At the beginning, he was a lovable character. But when the pressure started to come on and the press were questioning him, the fans were questioning him, he did get a little bit fiery, didn't he? So I think it's all about personal opinion when it comes to managers. Look, I was a massive fan of Joel, massive fan of Harry and Poch. I loved them as managers. They were my favourite three under Levy. So, and, it's difficult, AJ, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense there?
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I don't get about people that are, I get it if you don't buy into his system and you think it's flawed, but some people are so ultra Ange out, like, oh, he's way out of his depth, and they can't even enjoy the good things. They can't even enjoy the wins because they want him at the club so much. And I think that's going too far, because people say you're not going to win anything. He's a crap manager. But then we had Jose Mourinho, who, yes, got fired before a final, but just because you get to a final doesn't mean you win it. You've still got to win that game. You know, every final there's a winner and a loser. So you've got a 50-50 chance. But he won nothing, and he was a win now manager. He was a world-renowned manager, you know, a manager that came in with prestige.
Mourinho getting sacked for that final was terrible, man. We should have had that.
Absolutely. I agree. 100%.
If anybody could have beaten Guardiola, was Mourinho on the day, on a one-off match. Mourinho would have had that team motivated. He would have had that team. He would have had a plan. It was just a shocking decision from Levy to leave Ryan Mason in charge of such a big occasion, and it was all over money. And whatever you think of Mourinho, and you didn't like his style of play or his personality, he's a proven winner. He wins finals, and that was
totally get that,
mad, wasn't it?
I think sacking him. I think sacking him when they sacked him was ridiculous. But I was never a fan.
Or later on, like, come on.
I was never a fan. I was never a fan of Mourinho. I was never a fan of Conte. I don't particularly like their style, but when they were here, I supported them. They were the manager of the club that I support, you know, and they're here to do a job. So I support them while they are here, whether I wanted them or not, because their manager, their job is to get the best for the club I support. Mourinho still won nothing. Conte still won nothing.
Conte got sacked when he was fourth, though, AJ. Do you know that he was fourth in the league and he got sacked?
His outburst got him sacked. You can't say the things, right or wrong, rightly or wrongly, you cannot explode that way about your employer rather, and expect to still have a job. You just can't do that. In no walk of life is that even remotely acceptable. I get the frustration, but people say, oh, Conte, you know, he doesn't accept it, but he did. He did, right up until the time he had his outburst. He still did. He still accepted it. He still did his job. He still shut up and went along with it, right up until the point where he didn't. So this label of yes man, oh, Ange is a yes man. Anybody that has ever had a job in the history of the world has been a yes man to a degree, because if your employer says to you, do this, do X, Y, and Z, if you don't do it, you get terminated, somebody else comes in. So the whole yes man thing gets lost on me, because I mean, I didn't realise
that, AJ. I think any manager at Spurs is in a very, very difficult position.
Oh, 100%. And I've even said, I've even said time and time again, I have said that I don't care who. We could get Pep Guardiola in. Is Pep Guardiola going to win for Tottenham? He might win us a trophy. Are we ever going to have sustained success? Are we ever going to be a club that is competing regularly for the top honours whilst Levy and Enoch and Lewis are at the helm? Absolutely not. We haven't seen it for 23 years. Nothing's going to change overnight. So regardless of who the manager is, that isn't going to change in the foreseeable future.
Listen, guys, tonight, me doing this stream, I wasn't going to go into anything too heavy. I was going to have a break tonight. Look, I don't want these conversations, people in the chat, AJ, what you're saying, I'm holding back tonight. I'm having a chilled stream because like I could really set off on a right rant about everything, but I'm not doing that tonight. I'm just chilling tonight. I'm coming on here saying thank you to everybody who subscribed to me. Thank you to all YouTubers who have got me involved and have come on the channel. I'm not doing it tonight, AJ. I'm going to say
fair, man. That's fair.
Everybody in the chat, I'm not going to go hard. I'll read out some comments, but look, I'm going to save myself. I hope everybody understands tonight. Tonight is a thank you channel. It's a thank you show, and it's not too heavy from me. Which, yeah, I had it yesterday. I was ranting yesterday on my show, and look, whoever watched it, saw me at it. So, look, a bit more chill tonight. Let's get through these comments, AJ. I'm going to go for another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to jump off and get an early night. Look, Ryan says, second win down, finally picked up form. Ryan Kuna is on fire. Yeah,
yes, he is.
Good player. Adrian's coming up with the lineup. Is this for tomorrow against Roma?
Vicario certainly won't be playing.
Yeah. Doggy, Davis, Dragerson, Gray, Benton. Yeah, look, yeah, it is for tomorrow because Bentoncourt's in there. Dragerson's, we've got Gray at right back, Bentoncourt, Saar, Bergvall, Werner, Solanke, Johnson. Well, that's a pretty strong lineup, isn't it, really, for that Roma game? What are you thinking, AJ, about Roma, though? What are you hoping for, lineup-wise, performance-wise?
I would like us to play a very similar team that started against City. I really don't like Gray keep being played as a fullback. I mean, he does an okay job there, but he's a talented midfielder, and I'd like to see him utilised in that way. I'd like to see us try to get the best out of him, because all that's going to do, it's square pegs for round holes, and it's going to stifle him. He's not going to be able to progress the way he would like to, because you can't play the same way. If you're playing at fullback, you're not going to be playing the same way. It's much more disciplined to be playing at fullback than it is to be playing in the middle of the pitch. And it's a position that doesn't come natural to him. So I'd love to see us stop playing him in that position. If he gets game time, I want to see it in the middle of the pitch. But I don't want to see us mess around and tweak it too much. I believe, attack the game, use your strongest lineup, get the game done, then make your changes, then take off the players that you're looking to rest so they're going to be playing at the weekend. Otherwise, you'll be in a position where you go a goal down, you're chasing the game, and then you're bringing these players on anyway to have an impact. So I think get the game won, go strong, get the game sewed up, and then you can look at resting players.
No, I hear that. Makes sense. And I just think Roma, they're not playing great at the moment. They've just changed their manager. I think they're around mid-table, in awful form. They've lost a lot of games recently. It's, just try and play the strongest team possible. Not completely the same as City, but just get the game won and then sub. Because Roma, they're not in a good moment. And I think if we just get at them in the first half, attack them, get a couple of goals, relax. And I just don't think Roma, because of the form they're in, they've got really enough to hurt us. Southampton at home, Dan. Yeah, sorry, Ryan, I read that out earlier. George is saying Bournemouth at home for Wolves next. Bournemouth at home. Let me think. So Bournemouth at home for Wolves next. Okay, so they're playing at home against Bournemouth, right? AJ's gone. He's left me to it. Scott Ange was deheld to the lowest standards of any manager we've had ever. And it's not even close. Look, Ange, I'm not convinced by Ange. Not yet. No way. He's not done enough for me. Ryan, hopefully another win, George. Ryan G. Then Everton, Ipswich, massive games for us. Yeah, big games for Wolves. Hopefully, if you can get a runner together. Scott M. The problem is there's no good things to enjoy with Ange. Yeah, well, the good things I would say are the wins. We had some big wins this season. Just the biggest thing is the massive thing is the inconsistency, and that not adapting, not adjusting it to teams that we play. Yeah, it's infuriating. We'll see what happens in the next 3 or 4 games. What I've said is that I expect Spurs now to beat Fulham, beat Bournemouth, or definitely not lose against Bournemouth, beat Chelsea, and just get a run together. If Ange is changing, learning, adapting, I need to see all of that. But if not, then it's just the same old. George, Ryan G, hope so, mate. I'm going for 4-1. George, Angie's out of his depth. Sack him. Yeah, totally understand. I think there's a better manager out there who can come in. You can win all those games. John George, 16 years, 9 months and 8 managers, not including caretakers, sacked since Tottenham last won a Trophy League Cup. This is simply not acceptable for a so-called big sick club. Enoch out and Levy out. Definitely, man, not good enough. We deserve so much more. But, you know, John George, it's the whole thing with Levy until they sell the club. We're stuck in this cycle. They never look at the transfer window. It just wasn't serious enough, was it? It just wasn't. It just showed us that we just didn't really want to push on this season. Scott M, 100% Conte's no yes man like Angie, 100%. Edem beating the reigning champions 4-0 is now no longer a good thing. I recognise the grift when I see it. It was a great performance. It was, Man City weren't on song. They'd lost 4 in a row. It was a good moment to play them, but still, we still had to beat them. And look, I'm not underestimating that result. Fantastic result for me. And we beat City all the time. We are their bogey team. Ronnie, rumour is Moore had a heart problem. Didn't know that, Ronnie. He's been out on a virus now for a month. A bit long for a virus. So I hope there's nothing too serious with Moore. That's really sad if that is true. John George, get rid of Romero in January is a liability. Yeah, not impressed me at all. Completely lost his discipline this season. And I just think that's a lot to do with the manager. Edem, sorry, I just lost that one there. Edem, I'll bow to your superior knowledge at Scott M. So a lot of debating in the chat. Forrester, look, man, easy mistake made. Not looking forward to him being in goal. We need to get another goalie in ASAP. Free transfer before January. In January, we definitely need another goalie, unless he's going to give one of those other goalies we have a go. Just let him play and see how they get on. Forster to me is just not the one. I don't want to see him. Bergvall is questionable, of course. We haven't seen enough of him. We don't know. He's young. He's coming in when he does play. He's playing in a different lineup, into an inconsistent team. Ben, you're still around? Tomorrow night is going to be bloody cold. Yeah, it is freezing out there. Ange out. Yeah, Ange out. George, Roma need to win, so it's going to be hard. So you think, George, that Roma are going to really want to win this game? They're going to go quite strong. Maybe they're thinking, look, in their league situation, they're not doing great. They need to lift their fans up. Maybe a Europa League is an opportunity for them to win. They have got some good players, just that they haven't had a good season so far. New manager coming in, how long is it going to take for him to get that Roma team up and running? Adrian's come in with an alternate team. Foster, Doggy, Davis, Dragerson, Porro, Sarr, Gray, Bentancur, Vernus, Slanky, Thompson. Very similar to what you put in earlier, Adrian. I think not a lot of difference. I think maybe the change of the keeper. Ronnie, Forrester, Radu, Porro, Radu, Davis, Udogi, Bentancur, Bergvall, Kulu, Werner, Johnson. Pretty strong. Solanke, Johnson. Yeah, just play as strong as possible. Throw in a couple of the youngsters. I don't want to see Gray at right back. I really don't. If they're going to play him, put him in the midfield. John George, just been told by a trusted source within the club that Vicario will be up for 4 months minimum. Yeah, I heard that news as well today. It's not a quick return. He's not going to be coming up. So if the club have got anything sensible about them, they'll go into that transfer window and get another goalie. Get somebody who can not just be a backup, but somebody who can challenge Vicario. We should be pushing for higher, but we know Spurs just don't do that. Ben headed off now. Have a great night. Good night, Ben. Matrix moves. Hello, Matrix. How you doing, man? Carrick Bowl Cup game versus United. Biggest game in December for us. Yes, definitely. Look, listen, we need to win that cup. We need to win it. Almarin's got a lot of work to do with that Man U team. You know, we've got a big cup night, fans there. We've got to win. We've got to get through to those semi-finals. There's no excuse for me. A game we must win. Adrian, I'm looking forward to going to the game. Well, yeah, I hope you have a good one, Adrian, man. Enjoy the match. Hopefully we get a win, get some goals. And Adrian, a free role for Bentancur behind Sarr, Gray in midfield. Behind Sarr, Gray in midfield. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit different, isn't it? No Kulu or Madison in that attacking midfield area, though. I think we need them. Both of them had a fantastic performance. Look, guys, I'm going to check out now. Thank you for everybody for watching and getting involved in your comments. Again, big thank you for everybody who subscribed to me, commented, watched my videos. Again, big thank you to all the YouTubers out there who've been supporting me and coming onto the show. Let me come on your shows, and a big massive thank you for them. And again, guys, look, another game tomorrow. Let's hope we get a victory and then on to Fulham. Good night, everyone. Take care, and I will speak to you all soon. Come on, you Spurs. Good night.